Hi farm friends, welcome to Haven Acres. I'm Stacy and my husband's name is Jesse. At Haven Acres, we live, we play, we work. It is our life and our home. It's a place where we find refuge, where we have friends gather, family gather, where we have celebrations. It's a place where we run our butcher shop and our farm. It's how we make our living, and it's where we find joy. If you have ever farmed or homesteaded or run a business, you probably are aware that each year brings new ideas, new things to try, things to change, and life here is no different. This year is no different. I'm trying something new this year with our chickens, and that's what this video is going to be all about. You may have seen in a previous video where I said we were getting ducks, and we did. And I also said we were transitioning out of chickens and into ducks, which, well, we didn't. It didn't work out how I was hoping, so we're back to the chickens. Well, here we are. We have 6 days left to hatch day, and I am super interested to see what the hatch rate is this time. Generally, with this particular incubator, I haven't had great success, honestly. I've been pretty disappointed with it. However, this time I've been so intentional. I have been babysitting this thing like crazy, making sure that the heat stays at 100 and that the humidity level is between 45 and 55. I have been checking this thing several times a day. I have water and a little, I don't know what you call those things, but anyhow, one of those, because you put the water in down there. So when the humidity gets too low, you just add water. And I have been babysitting this thing like crazy. So I am hopeful that we will have some eggs. Or what I should have said was, I hope that we have many eggs hatch this time. We've got 19 eggs in there, and based on previous hatchings, we would only have like 7 eggs hatch, which is horrible. That's a horrible hatch rate. But because I have dedicated so much time and so much attention to the incubator this time, I am really hoping for a better hatch rate. The only potential problem so far was on day like 4 or 5. We did have a power outage, and it was in the middle of the night. I didn't realize it. For a bit, when I came downstairs, the temperature had dropped to 88. I very quickly covered it with blankets, and the power was only out for maybe an hour or an hour and a half. And then I came right back down, waited for it to get up to 100, took the blankets off. I think it was early enough in the incubation process that it's not going to bother them. But I'm really hopeful because I really want to try and start producing our own hens here that have very small combs, that are bigger bodied. I don't really care about the breed. That's not really important to me. It's fun to have different egg colors, yes, but it's not really important. What I really want is a large bodied chicken, not too large, but large enough that they can withstand our cold temperatures. And I would like a smaller comb, so like a rose comb or just a very small comb that will not get frostbite as easy, because the chickens that have larger combs, do get frostbite in our cold temperatures. We don't heat our coop. We don't feel that that's appropriate, and we live in a really cold climate, so that happens. So for me, trying to breed chickens that are better suited for our climate and the way we raise them is what I'm going for. Today is January 24th. We are in a frigid weather pattern. Overnight, it got down to -10. It's supposed to stay this cold overnight. Throughout the day today, overnight, there's going to be wind chill, and we're supposed to get snow. And in the state of Maine, and actually all on the eastern United States, anywhere from 2 feet to 10 inches, or who knows? They really, don't know. It's a big guessing game. But our eggs only have 3 days left until it's hatching day. So up until this point, I have kept the humidity between 45 and 55% at 100 degrees Fahrenheit for the temperature. And as it says, 3 days left. So today's the day. We have to take the tray out of the incubator, take the eggs out of the tray, add water because we need to raise the humidity, and set the eggs down to get ready to hatch. All right, here we go. First, we need to unplug the turner. I'm going to move pretty quickly because we need to keep the eggs at as warm as possible. This one is stuck a little bit to the turner, which I'm going to try and get that out with water. I don't want to crack the egg. Baby, that's off. We're going to pick up this tray if I can. All right, that was a tough one. I'm going to add water to the other channel because we need to get this humidity up between 65 and 75. Put the tray back in. Put the eggs on gently. I'm going to put them all kind of close together, and as they hatch, they're going to move apart anyhow. They're going to wobble all around. All right. And back on goes the heater. At this point, you are not supposed to open this back up again until they hatch, but I'm gonna see if I can get that egg unstuck. I got it, and I'm guessing there's no chicken here anyhow. I'm guessing this egg is cracked somewhere, which is why it was stuck, but we're gonna pop it back in just in case. There we have it. The eggs are all inside the incubator. The light's flashing because it's not at 100 degrees yet, which is what it's set for, but the eggs are all in there. And let's see, we're at 94 degrees. It won't take long to get back up to temperature and to get up to the right humidity. I will watch it though and make sure that it doesn't get too humid. And if it does, I can take out one of those little red plugs right there. And that's it. We just watch the temperature, watch the humidity, and do not touch this lid for 3 days. I can't wait to see what eggs hatch. Green ones, lighter color ones. That's fun. I also wanted to mention, I'm very hopeful that we don't lose power, because that would be devastating to have these chickens be in the middle of hatching and lose power. I mean, I would have to try and figure something out, but that would be really sad. So I am hopeful that we do not lose power with the storm coming, and there's not really anything you can do about it. Just deal with the situation as it arises. I'm trying to breed for chickens that have smaller combs. If you notice, out of these 3 chickens, the one furthest to the right has a very, very small comb. And that's what I'm looking for here for our Maine farm where it gets cold in the winter. I want a good-sized bodied bird with a small comb. That way, they are less likely to get frostbite. These golden comets, although they're great egg layers, they have a fairly sizable comb. And although these ladies are doing well right now, they could get frostbite. I'd like to avoid that if at all possible. This young roux, I call him Mr. T. Can you tell why? Look at that beard he has. Anyhow, Mr. T has a smaller comb, and I'm letting him breed. So hopefully some of these new chicks will have a smaller comb as well. I absolutely loved having our ducks. However, I am going to say that since taking the ducks out of the chicken run, out of the chicken coop, we are definitely getting more eggs. Just less drama. There's 2 days to hatch day, as you can see, except Somebody hatched out already. We got an overachiever in there. 2 days early. Oh my goodness. So cute. Black with a little black. Oh, it's not all black. Black and tan. It's got black feet though, and a little black bill. Here we are with 1 day technically left to hatching. We're at 64% humidity. We're supposed to be between 65 and 75, and I just can't get the humidity level up. However, can you see that little white dot on that shell? That's a chicken coming out. And look, you can actually see that other green egg. Can you see it? It's moving. Can you see the little black part? There's a chicken coming out of that one. Oh, there's the first baby chick that hatched yesterday. And look, there's another egg that's hatching. I believe, oh, that's another one that's got a crack on it. I think we have 5 or 6 that are currently hatching, with technically 1 day to go. I think, hopefully, this will be a really good hatch rate. We'll see. Well, let's see. I'm thankful this is just powdery snow. Maybe we can get the door open. Just by kicking it a little bit. Don't want to leave it piled up near the door, because if it freezes, then we won't be able to open or shut the door. Daisy, excuse me. Okay, I think we got it enough that we can get in and give them water. Hi, ladies and gents. Hi. Hi, ladies and gents. Hi. This lady over here, she really wants to lay an egg. She's just trying to find the perfect spot. She's been up in a nesting box. She's been down in the other corner. Then she just came out of that corner. Now she's going back underneath the nesting boxes. But what she's really trying to do is just find that perfect spot to lay an egg. Changed her mind. Sure is talking about it though. She finally picked the box. Look at that. That's called zipping. He has zipped that eggshell all around. So basically from the inside out, he's pecked at that shell and made a crack all around the end of the shell. So now he'll start stretching and pushing with his legs and wings and neck, or hers, hopefully hers, and will push out of that egg. Happy birthday, little baby chickie. I think the eggshell might be stuck on its head. We'll give it a minute and see if it's able to get it off. I try not to interfere in this process at all because you want the stronger ones to survive. So trying to make sure they're strong. There we go. Happy birthday. It has remained super cold and snowy. However, the cows don't mind. They are built for this weather. Everyone in this house loves watching the baby chicks. Everyone. After the first round of chicks hatched, I took them out and put them in the brooder. But then more started hatching. In total, we had 10 hatch, which is a pretty good incubation rate in regards to our incubator. And remember, out of that 19, we had that one that was stuck. So that one clearly wasn't going to have a chicken in it anyhow. So out of 18, we had 10 hatch. That's better than normal. Still not great, but better.
Keep your hands in, keep your hands in.
There you go. Okay, hang on. Wait. Alright. You on there? You ready? Hang on. 1, 2, 3.
Day-old chicks are so funny when they sleep. They stretch their necks way out and they just sleep so soundly. Don't mind my janky little brooder setup. You can see the hole in the side of the tote where in years past the light bulb has actually melted the side. We don't like having the brooder in the house. We like them in the barn, the chicks in the barn brooder, except it's far too cold for that. So that brooder lamp is secure. Well, we won't know, of course, for a couple of months what the combs look like on our newly hatched chicks. We won't know whether they're roosters or hens, but my hope is that we have at least started the process of a smaller comb. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this video about our chickens and what we're trying to do here for this season. And we will see you next time when you join us at Haven Acres.